Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will see some more practice questions based on indefinite integrals. In the last session, we had done till question number 6. So, so in today's lecture, we will start from question number 7 and we will go till question number 12. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So let's start with the question number 7, which says integration of x square upon x sin x plus cos x whole square dx is equal to. So in this question, the hint is okay. So you can see that when you will observe, you can see that what is derivative of x sin x plus cos x. When you take derivative of x sin x plus cos x, you will get x cos x, right? You will get x cos x. So why not multiply with the cos x and divide with cos x? When you will do multiplication and division with cos x, you will get in the numerator x cos x, and also in the denominator there will be cos x, right? So you can adjust the things like that, right? Okay, you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, so I is equal to let I is equal to x square upon x sin x plus cos x whole square is equal to whole square dx. Therefore, it is equal to integration of x cos x upon x sin x plus cos x whole square into. See what we have done. You have multiplied with cos x and we have divided with cos x as we have discussed, right? And we keep x and x separately so that we can write x upon x sin x plus cos x whole square into x upon cos x dx. Because d upon dx of x sin x plus cos x is equal to x cos x, right? Therefore, I is equal to minus 1 upon x sin x plus cos x into what we had done. We are doing like integration by parts from this and this, right? Integration of parts from these two things, right? Therefore, I will be equal to minus 1 upon x cos x minus 1 upon x sin x plus cos x into x upon cos x plus integration of c integration of 1 upon x sin x plus cos x. Why 1 upon x sin x plus cos x? Because we know that differentiation of x sin x plus cos x is x cos x, right? Into cos x minus x into minus sin x upon cos square x dx, right? This equation is by using integration by parts, right? Once you will write it with pen and paper and try to apply integration by parts, you can easily get the result, right? Okay, so finally it will become, see, x sin x plus cos x. This is again x sin x plus cos x. So x sin x plus cos x and x sin x plus cos x will be cancelled out, and it is left with 1 by cos square x dx, which means sec square x dx, which is 10x, right? So I is equal to minus x upon x sin x plus cos x into cos x plus 10x plus c, right? Therefore, it is equal to minus x plus x sin square x plus sin x cos x upon x sin x plus cos x into cos x plus c. Clear? Therefore, you can write it as sin x minus x cos x upon x sin x plus cos x plus c. Clear? So this is the final answer, which is sin x minus x cos x upon x sin x plus cos x. Option C is the right choice. Option C is the right choice. Fine. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 8, which says that if fx is equal to integration of x square dx upon 1 plus x square into 1 plus root over 1 plus x square and f0 is equal to 0, then f1 is equal to. See, what you can apply in this question, the hint of this question is you can assume 1 plus x square as t square, right? You can assume 1 plus x square as t square. Clear? 1 plus x square as t square. Therefore, you will get 2x dx is equal to 2t dt. Clear? Like that. Or mm, or you can do also do other substitutions, like, right? So if you if in your mind there is some method which is more realistic and more less time consuming, then you can apply that, right? Clear? Okay. So you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. As fx is equal to integration of x square dx upon 1 plus x square into 1 plus root over 1 plus x square, right? You can put x as tan theta, right? You can put x 1 plus x square as t square also, right? By that method also, your answer will come. But here we are putting x equal to tan theta. Therefore, dx will be sec square theta d theta, right? Which is equal to 1 plus x square dx. Sec square theta can be written as 1 plus tan square theta, right? And we have taken x equal to tan theta. Therefore, this equation becomes 1 plus x square into dx, right? Therefore, fx is equal to x as tan theta. Therefore, fx is equal to tan square theta into sec square theta upon sec square theta into 1 plus sec theta d theta, right? Now, sec square theta will be cancelled out. Clear? Therefore, it is basically tan square theta. Right, now tan square theta you can write sin square theta upon cos square theta, right? Sin square theta upon cos square theta. And sec theta you can write 1 upon cos theta. Sec theta you can write 1 upon cos theta. So after adjusting you will get sin square theta upon cos theta into 1 plus cos theta. And sin square theta we can write sin square theta is 1 minus cos square theta, right? Therefore, after adjusting the things, you will get integration of sec theta d theta minus integration of sec theta d theta minus integration of why? Because you can write 1 minus cos square theta is as 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta, right? 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta, and after adjusting the things, you will get integration of sec theta d theta minus integration of d theta. Now, integration of sec theta d theta is basically log of sec theta plus tan theta minus integration of d theta is theta, right? So log sec theta plus tan theta minus theta plus c, right? So after now you can put x as tan theta. Therefore, you can write log x plus root over 1 plus x square minus theta. You can write tan inverse x plus c. Now it is given that f0 is equal to 0. F0 is equal to 0. So by putting f0 equal to 0, you will get c is equal to 0, right? Therefore, you can get fx as fx is equal to log x plus root over 1 plus x square minus tan inverse c, tan inverse x, and c will be equal to 0. Therefore, f1 is equal to, put x equal to 1, you will get f1 is equal to log 1 plus root 2 minus pi by 4, right? 1 plus root 2 minus pi by 4. So option B is the right choice. Log 1 plus root 2 minus pi by 4. Got it? Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 9, which says that I is equal to integration of dx upon dx upon cube root of 1 plus x whole square into 1 minus x to the power 4 is equal to k cube root of 1 plus x upon 1 minus x plus c. Then k is equal to c. The hint of this question is, again, you have to convert this integral in the form of k cube root of 1 plus x upon 1 minus x, right? For this, you have to apply either some substitution or some simplification, right? Some simplification to do this, right? So you just have to think that substitution or that simplification to apply on this question, right? Okay. So try to remember the substitution which we have discussed from the lectures, right? Or also you can try to simplify the things, right? You try to think the question, and you have 10 seconds to solve or think about the question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. I is equal to integration of dx upon 1 minus x whole square cube root of x plus 1 upon 1 minus x whole square, right? Now put 1 plus x upon 1 minus x equal to t. Therefore, 2 upon 1 minus x whole square dx is equal to dt, right? Clear? Clear? As we have discussed, we have to do some substitution. So I is equal to 1 by 2 integration of dt upon t to the power 2 by 3, t to the power 2 by 3, which is equal to 3 by 2 t to the power 1 by 3 plus c. Clear? Which is equal to 3 by 2 t to the power 1 by 3 plus c, which is equal to 3 by 2 t is 1 plus x upon 1 minus x, right? Therefore, I is equal to 3 by 2 root over root over 1 plus x upon 1 minus x plus c, right? So k is equal to 3 by 2 as a comparison from the right hand side, right? When you will compare the answer from the right hand side, you will get k is equal to 3 by 2. Clear? 3 by 2 is the right answer. So option B is the right choice. Option B is the right choice. So let's move to the next question, question number 10, which says that dx upon sine x plus 2 plus sine x minus 1 dx is equal to. So the hint of this question is, you can see from the option, all the options are converted in 10x by 2, right? So you can convert sine x in terms of 10x by 2. By doing the substitution, sine x has 2 10x upon 1 minus tan square x, right? By this substitution, you can convert sine x into 10x by 2, right? So you can try to do this substitution, and probably if you have another method in mind, you can apply that, right? Just answer will not change. Clear? Fine. Okay, so you have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. 10x integration of dx upon sin x plus 2 into sin x minus 1 is equal to 1 by 3 dx upon sin x minus 1 minus 1 by 3 dx upon sin x plus 2, which is equal to 1 by 3 dx upon sin x. See, what we have done, we have applied partial fraction, right? We have applied integration by partial fraction. So sin x plus 2 into sin x minus 1 can be written as separately, which is 1 by 3 integration of dx upon sin x minus 1 minus 1 by 3 dx upon minus 1 by 3 integration of dx upon sin x plus 2, right? Which is equal to 1 by 3 integration of dx upon sin x is equal to 2 tan x upon 1 plus tan square x minus 1 minus 1 by 3 integration of dx upon sin x is equal to 2 tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2 plus 2. Now put tan x by 2 is equal to t. Tan x by 2 is equal to t. Therefore, if you differentiate tan x by 2, it will be 1 by 2 sec square x 1 by 2 sec square x by 2 dx is equal to dt. Right. Therefore, you can write I as 1 by 3 2 dt upon 2t minus 1 minus t square minus this term can be written as 1 by 3 integration of 2 dt upon 2t plus 2t square plus 2. Clear? See, now you can convert this bottom part, denominator part into a some perfect square plus some constant, right? Which can be written as when you will multiply and divide with 2, you will get c. You can take my c, not multiply and divide by 2. 2 is here, so you can take minus 1 common. When you will take minus 1 common, the denominator part will be t square plus 1 minus 2t, which is t minus 1 whole square, right? So first portion can be written minus 2 by 3 integration of dt upon t minus 1 whole square minus 1 by 3 integration of dt upon denominator portion can be written as t plus 1 by 2 whole square plus root 3 by 2 whole square, right? Which is equal to 2 by 3 1 by t minus 1 minus 1 by 3 2 by root 3 tan inverse t plus 1 by 2 upon root 3 by 2 plus c. Clear? So final answer will be 2 by 3 1 upon t minus 1 minus 1 by 3 2 by root 3 minus 1 by 3 into 2 by root 3 tan inverse t plus 1 by 2 upon root 3 by 2 plus c. Clear? So option A is the right choice. Clear? Option A is the right choice. Fine. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. Next question is question number 11, which is basically integration of x square upon 2 3x square to the power 5 by 2 dx is equal to, right? Integration of x square upon 2 plus 3x square to the power 5 by 2 dx is equal to. So the hint of this question is, you can apply some substitution or some simplification, right? Which can be which can be like can take 2 plus 3 x square to the power as some t, right? Or you can adjust numerator in terms of 2 plus 3x square like that, right? So you try to do some substitution or try to simplify the results. Clear? Okay, so you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Integration of x square upon 2 x square upon 3x square to the power 5 by 2 dx on substituting 2 plus 3x square is equal to t square x square t square x square is equal to 2 upon t square minus 3, right? Therefore dx will be equal to 2t upon dx will be equal to minus of 2t upon x into t square minus 3 whole square dt, right? Therefore integration of x square upon t x to the power 5 into minus 2t upon x into t square minus 3 whole square dt is equal to minus 2 integration of dt upon 4t to the power 4, right? Therefore it is equal to minus 1 by 2 integration of dt upon t to the power 4, which is equal to 1 by 6 to the power 1 by 6 t to the power cube 1 by 6 t cube plus c, right? Which is equal to 1 by 6. When you will put the value of t, you will get 1 by 6 x square upon 2 x square to the power 3 by 2 plus 2. So I think option B is the right choice. Option B is the right choice. Got it? So let's move to the next question. Question number 12, which is that the integral 1 plus x plus 1 by x into e to the power 1 e to the power x plus 1 by x dx is equal to. Right. So the hint of this question is C. If you can take x plus 1 by x as t, then 1 minus 1 by x square can be written as 1 minus 1 by x square dx is equal to dt, right? You can try to apply this substitution, or you can also try to apply other substitution so that the equation comes out to be in integral form, right? So you have 10 seconds to solve or think about this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. As we have discussed, 1 plus x minus 1 by x e to the power x plus 1 by x dx, it can be written as C. Integration of e to the power x plus 1 by x dx plus integration of, if you will take x as common, x into 1 minus 1 by x square e to the power x plus 1 by x dx, right? Therefore it can be written as integration of x plus 1 by x dx plus x e to the power x plus 1 by x dx minus C. We have applied integration by parts in these two, this one and this one, right? In these two. Clear? Right? And we know that integration of 1 minus 1 by x square e to the power x plus 1 by x is equal to e to the power x plus 1 by x dx is equal to e to the power x plus 1 by x. Why? Because see, you have taken x plus 1 by x as t, then 1 minus 1 by x square dx will be dt. That it is equal to e to the power t dt integration, which will equal to e to the power t, right? And t is x plus 1 by x, right? So when you will apply integration of by parts, first function is this one x, and second function is 1 minus 1 by x square e to the power x plus 1 by x. Then it can be written as integration of e to the power x plus 1 by x dx plus x e to the power x plus 1 by x minus integration of d upon dx x d upon dx of x into e to the power x plus 1 by x dx, right? Finally it can be written as integration of e to the power x plus 1 by x dx plus x e to the power plus x e to the power x plus 1 by x minus integration of e to the power x plus 1 by x dx, right? So finally after solving, you will get integration of e to the power x plus 1 by x dx plus x e to the power x plus 1 by x minus integration of e to the power x plus 1 by x dx, right? Clear? So this part and this part will cancel out, this part and this part will cancel out, and finally you are left with x e to the power x plus 1 by x, right? X e to the power x e to the power x plus 1 by x is the right answer, plus C. Clear? So I think option B is the right choice. X e to the power x plus 1 by x plus C. B, option B is the right choice. Got it? B is the right choice. So in this way, we have discussed a lot of different types of question on the basis on the chapter indefinite integrals. and hope you understood the concepts, how to apply the concepts, right? We can observe that there is a particular method which will be applied in a particular type of question, right? So in this way you can approach and like solve different types of questions of indefinite integrals. Hope you understood the lecture and hope you liked the lecture. Okay, thank you so much.